The United States was founded on the principle that we, the people, are the authorities, and that the people we elect to represent our interests in Congress, the White House, and state legislatures are our servants. In the United States, we, the people, have now come to believe that our servants can make rules for us and give orders to us. That's not too bright, America. You have become, without a doubt, the stupidest people who ever walked on this planet. There's 300 million of us who are supposed to be the authorities, who are supposed to be giving orders to our elected and appointed servants who work for us in our government. Yet there we sit, 300 million absolute morons asking our government to listen to us by petitioning them and sending them polite letters asking them to obey the Constitution and obey the wishes that we want our elected servants to honor, to use to make this country a free country. What happened in 1913 is that our country was taken over by the people who own the Federal Reserve, enemies of the United States. They brought with them their bar association of attorneys who were never supposed to be anywhere in our government. Now our government is filled with attorneys in every nook and cranny of it. We have 9 enemy attorneys on the Supreme Court. We have an enemy as a vice president, an enemy attorney. We have about 200 enemy attorneys in Congress. And we have enemy attorneys everywhere we look, managing everything in our country. None of them are supposed to be there. They're there because Americans are too stupid to understand that attorneys were created as enemies of humanity. Why don't you know this? You won't read the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, which tell you on page 1 that attorneys were created to manage the beasts of prey called men. That's us. And to administer a brutal and blind force against us to control us, disguised as law. That's what they're doing, whether they know it or not, by following the guidelines of their criminal profession. Every attorney on earth is administering that brutal and blind force against humans. And humans are stupid enough to sit there and take it. 300 million humans in the United States and only 1.3 million enemy attorneys. And we sit there like idiots letting these 1.3 million assholes tell us what to do while they destroy our freedom and help the owners of the Federal Reserve rob us blind. What will it take for Americans to wake up, do just a tiny bit of reading to understand this crime that has been committed by attorneys working for the bankers to destroy our country? It doesn't take much. You only have to understand a couple of words. These words from the Constitution are among the most important. Congress shall have the power to coin money. It doesn't say that anyone else has the power to coin money, only Congress. That means that our bribe-lying elected scumbags in Congress were never authorized to give away that power to our enemies who own the Federal Reserve so they could charge us interest on money that's supposed to be ours, and allow the whole industry of banking to grow up around the Federal Reserve and charge us interest on every loan that we have. That money is supposed to be ours. It's supposed to be created by Congress for us, and we're not supposed to be charging ourselves interest on any of it. That means if you want to buy a house, you should be able to get that loan with no interest, because the money's yours to begin with. The status quo doesn't fly just because it has existed since 1913. We have to throw those attorneys out of our government. We have to throw every Democrat and Republican out of our government who lies to us about the Federal Reserve every single day. And we have to stop this treason against us. 300 million of us can take care of those 1.3 million attorneys, the 535 elected enemies in Congress, the 2 liars in the White House, and the 9 enemies on the Supreme Court, and the rest of the elected enemies who sit in our state legislatures. 300 million of us can unite to do that. All we have to do is form an organization of we the people as the authorities that we are supposed to be in the United States. We don't have to take any more crap from our government. As soon as we form that organization and get numbers up that are representative of the 300 million of us and the power that we have over our 535 elected bribe liars in Congress, we can tell the cops to arrest all of them or shoot them or hang them or whatever we want to do to get rid of them. We can take control of the TV networks, which are now owned by the same criminals who own the Federal Reserve, and we can talk to the whole nation and explain these crimes. The 300 million of us can unite, and we can take our freedom back. We can get rid of the Federal Reserve. We can abolish all debt. We can end poverty. We can end all crimes related to money. We can get rid of the attorneys, and we can stop them from working as judges to abuse us mercilessly where we have no recourse. When you complain about a corrupt judge, there's no politician in the country that will do anything about it. So what's the solution? We just fire all of them, and we put honest people, humans, working as judges instead of attorneys. You can do this. Will you talk to me about forming that organization of we the people? Will you share this video so that we the people will know that we don't need permission to organize against our government? We are the authorities. That's the way our country was founded. The people are supposed to be in charge. We can't sit here like numbskulls allowing a government to give us orders. Our servants are telling us what to do. Well, we have to reverse that. We have to give the orders to our elected, bribed, lying servants. They have to do what we tell them to do. No more asking them to listen to us. No more petitions. No more voting for Democrats or Republicans. We have to put honest people back in charge. And the only way we're going to do that is by uniting to fire the people who are destroying our freedom right now. Will you talk to me? Will you share this video? Let's form that organization. Let's fire our goddamn government. Thanks for watching.